Hello everyone, it's Miracle. You can call me Angela, and welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. Last time, we got turned into a fish. Or rather, we willingly turned ourselves into a fish. And today... Right. We also managed to complete basically all the quests here in the SIT university. So today... Before we move on to the next chapter, the first thing I want to do is I want to get an achievement. There's an achievement for clearing out a bunch of the Hilbert House student dorms. God, that sounds kind of funny. It sounds like we're just beating up college students. I forgot how many I need to kill, but I know I need to get clear out a bunch of them. I think it's like 26 or something like that. I mean, I guess technically all the... What the hell is this poster? I guess technically the students are on break, but there's still goblins here, and the goblins are students too, so I don't know why we're also beating them up. Oh yeah, we also learned a bunch of shadow skills from the shadow book, which is pretty awesome. Do we have spooky armor? Oh right, we don't have the spooky stuff. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the Crystal Lake Crystal shop store. Hello Gator, welcome to the stream. Wait, what the fuck? Hi there, how can I... Oh. Sorry, we're not open right now. Come back tomorrow. She makes a point of looking anywhere but at you. What? I can't buy crystals from her anymore? I didn't know that was a thing. Wait, how many more people can I not talk to? Like, housekeeper, can I talk to you? Hey. I mean, I guess he was never talking to me. Can we talk to the hardware store guy? I'm too tainted by the shadows. I didn't realize that she would not sell you any crystals if you're tainted by shadows. Oh, he still talks to us. Wait, what about Crystal Dream Lake? Is there... I was wondering if there's God, I was hoping I could buy a an accessory that would increase my spooky armor. Have a chat. So, why a pants store in particular? My grandmother was arrested a couple of times in the 1850s and 60s for wearing pants in public. Since then, our family's been big advocates for women's pants and equity in clothing generally. Wow, that's a deeper answer than I was expecting. How's it going out? How's it working out for you? Much better nowadays. We don't have 100% pants acceptance yet, but we're getting there. I did notice you have some skirts for sale too. Yeah, I've been experimenting with a line of men's skirts, but that's proving to be a tougher sell. Men are more stubborn about their clothes, I guess. She is pretty based. I like that the thick canvas skirt is meant to be a men's skirt. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, I don't have a lot of stores. Nah, whatever. It was just that one. It was just one drawer. I don't need to worry about that. Ooh. You walk past the phone booth and well, there's clearly something not right with this phone booth. I mean, the booth itself looks fine, but there's some kind of wriggling, twitching, shadowy mass in there. Like a horrible multi-armed monstrosity scrabbling to get free. As you're standing there watching, one of the arms manages to grab the door handle, and the shadow spills out onto the sidewalk, splitting into 5 creepy little human-shaped shadows. What is this, some kind of a shadow fraternity prank? Let's embrace them. You smile and beckon to the little guys. They run up to you gleefully and you embrace them, holding them closer and closer until you're all that's left. Just you and the Shane. We got shadow grease. Did we ever do this? Floor. Oh! A note atop of this armadillo-shaped cabinet reads, "You'll never find the secret compartments, tee-hee-hee. The note writer's smarm is no match for yours. You locate the compartment and rate its contents." We got a Mobius cookie. I don't know what shadow fries would taste like. That sounds pretty good. Ah, there's fish people. I don't want to fight the fish people. I'm their friends. I'm not fighting the fish people. This is a pretty fancy nightstand. We got an old wallet. Whoever lived here was so cavalier about meat that they left the wallet behind when they moved out. I think it's more like we stole it. This bed is covered in mushrooms and goo. We got some goo. Cask pulp. All the drawers in this desk are missing except one, which is jammed shut. You heave and grunt and are warded with junk. The bookshelf used to be taller, but it's been decimated by bookworms. Yeah, I mean, I am a fish myself, you know. I gotta be friendly with the fish. The robots, on the other hand, I can kill. Seems like a student set up an elaborate robot security system to guard his room while he's away. Well, it looks like the robots kind of trashed this room. I have shadow friends! Hold on, I gotta heal myself. I'm dying. Okay. 11, 22. Okay, the spider has a shit ton of HP. I can steal stats from everybody? Whoa! I love that I have my own shadow minions. That's so cool. Yeah, no, these robots are pretty low HP. I can just blast them with grease until they die. Wait, I did wrong target. I meant to do this guy. There we go. There we go. Room 3D. Technically, these are all 2D, but you know. Ah, vampires. I wonder how many floors there are in the Hilbert house. I wonder if it's just like an infinite dungeon. Ow! What the fuck? What's your problem, man? You can't match my AoE. There we go. $4B. You can see the outline of a book under the blanket, which is apparently made of depleted uranium. Whoa, you grunt and struggle and finally manage to grab the book. What is this book? The cover of this textbook should be painted sky blue with clouds on it because it is way over your head. 14.036 Intermediate Complex Science. You look at the first few pages of the book and the only thing you learn is that you'd be better off selling this to a used bookstore than trying to comprehend any of it. I'll hang on to it. I don't need the money. Super duck. I really am just like shotgunning like cheese at those guys. Molt stays. There's a book on this desk, but all the pages are blank. Nothing in the sink. The nightstand looks really elegant. It's empty, which you suppose is also a certain kind of elegance. What is that poster? Spurn Fawns? I want this poster, what the hell? Spurn Fawns. I love these completely nonsense posters. I wonder if they're just randomly generated. How? Let's see, you have 6 HP, which means I can blow you up with this. You have 18, but you also have high mysticality, so I can do this and that. Yeah, I wonder if this is just an infinite dungeon. Or you can just grind infinitely. Ow. Why does a vampire blood blaster have so much HP? What the fuck? Holy crap, what the hell is this? Hold on, I gotta kill that guy. I'm gonna steal everyone's stats. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, actually. Let's see. I need a bomb. Sleaze damage. That guy really is full of blood. A dangerous amount of blood. There we go. Okay, these enemies are getting pretty tough. The sink is filled with a nasty smelling murky liquid. Stench armor. Do I have that many stench armor things? How many stench armor do I have? I have 3 stench armor right now. There we go. Reach in. You reach into the filth and retrieve which your forebears were too dignified to acquire. Adds cold armor to a pair of pants. I should be using stuff that buffs my stuff. Stab the blood. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that I can use my normal attack to do a lot of I keep forgetting I have a weapon that I can use. I've just been using my spells. The super blood explosion will be pretty awesome though. But yeah, I should upgrade my shadow shorts. Let's give it some pocket chemical hand warmers. You stuff the hand warmer into the pockets of your pants and activate it. The plastic melts and diffuses permanently to the lining. We now have warm shadow shorts. We can add some spray on asbestos too. You spray the asbestos all over your pants, rendering them fireproof. Safety first. What about some self-adhesive rivets? And maybe a pocket battery? You sew the battery into the lining of your pocket. Jolts of electricity begin to crackle their way up and down your legs. Greasy knee pads, I want them. You sew the greasy knee pads onto the knees of your electrified, riveted, fireproof, warm shadow shorts. Oh yeah, we have a black leather skirt. Greasy, electrified, riveted, fireproof, warm shadow shorts. That's so long. Can you? Oh, I can upgrade my shadow curse fedora too. You wrap the duct tape around your hat, making it sturdier but less stylish. We now have a taped up, creepy, comfy, terribly cursed fedora. I gotta remember to use my item upgrades like that. Acrobate. I have way more elemental armor now, even if it's only a bit. The tentacle skin headband is not that good, and there's other headbands that I want to use in the future. Better headbands. And unfortunately, once you apply a buff, you can't remove it. Yeah. These books are sorted according to some convoluted Byzantine system. You decode the system and use your newfound knowledge to find the book's single interesting book. This is a first aid kit on the desk, but the latch is really complicated. Your deft fingers make short work of the dangerously complex mechanism. Advanced Neurological Anatomy. This textbook is about the human brain, which is coincidentally also the only thing capable of understanding it. Oh. Your brain buzzes with the knowledge of what it means for your brain to buzz with knowledge. Your brain then tells you to donate the book to a local library, which you do, because you're afraid that if you don't obey your brain, it will use its newfound powers to destroy you. I can now use one more additional item per round. That's a pretty good buff. Yeah. I didn't realize that there would be so many items to find here. Ow. Robots, take my cheese. Your lack of durability will be the death of you. I do have regen, that's true. I sometimes forget to have regen. SIT barometer necklace. Huh. Like, at a certain point, you just accumulate so many buffs and items that you kind of forget what every item you have or every perk you have does. Ah, vampires again. These guys are dreadful. Ow! Hold on, I'm gonna heal myself real quick. Okay. Now I'm gonna blow all you guys up. Blood Blaster. Wow, this vampire bat has so much HP. Holy shit. I'm gonna need to use a bomb. Stink bomb. Here we go. That ought to soften them up a bit. God, that skill is so OP. It's kind of funny because, like, even though I get like 3 shadow minions, they're not very durable, so they're not too terribly useful. Like, it's not that they're useless. It's just that they're very... Whoa. It's just that they're not very durable, so they die. Yeah, they disperse the aggro. That's what they're really useful for. Can I get 10 Moxie? Potion and food. I should eat. Okay, I'm gonna eat the food. I need 1 Moxie. Shadow Pickle. There we go. We eat a Shadow Pickle. Try to dance to it. What? Does that do anything? That is a dreadful noise. It mixes really weirdly with the actual background music. I don't even get anything out of it. I just dance. That's the only thing I get out of it, is I just dance. Reset a tone. The comforter on this bed is printed with discomfiting arcane glyphs. They turn out to be laundry instructions. You learn a lot about how to wash this particular comforter. I need cold armor. Dogma meals. Hold on, I need cold armor. I need 3 cold armor. Do I have anything with cold? That's 2 cold armor. Ah, I know. Clown pants, but with pocket warmers. That way, I can get +2, and then I can just equip work gloves, and now what? I only have 7. Okay, 1 more cold armor. Balaclava. There we go. You managed to bear the cold long enough to grab a couple of sodas. Cool. It's kind of funny how so much of this game is just swapping your equipment so you have enough stats to do something. vampires again. These guys are the toughest, honestly. The vampires have some really strong skills. Okay. Diabolist, you are the most dangerous. I gotta kill you. Here we go. Spider. Well, you're the only one left, so it doesn't really matter that much. Here we go. What did I get? An SIT puzzle ring? I just noticed we haven't encountered any goblins yet. Just robots and vampires. I wonder if your encounters are like randomized. Oh yeah, robots are immune to bleed. That's gonna be a problem. Well, not really, maybe. Because I just annihilated them. Nightstand, nothing in it. Pillow is slightly askew. A little bit of meat. Fuse on this radio. The radio flares to life and a voice says, "Gerbil, jorbil, blurk." There doesn't seem to be any way to change the station. Planter full of dank herbs on this desk. We got a festulant grunt. Oh, right now we're just trying to get the achievement for clearing out a bunch of Hilbert House rooms. We're in the SIT campus. See? SIT campus. We're in the Hilbert House dorm. I'm 4 muscle off from opening that, so I don't think I'll be able to open that. This is a pretty fun tune, though. I don't think I've heard this tune anywhere else in the game. I think this is just a soundtrack that you only hear here. Ah, there we go. Different enemies. Math. Thankfully, math have very low HP, so I should be able to annihilate them pretty easily. Okay, the congruence cascade is pretty buff, though. I still don't know what to do with the loose integers. I also have, like... Oh, not the fish. Yeah, no, this literally is just an infinite dorm. Spooky armor. I don't think I can get that much spooky armor. Debit ions. I need 6 hot armor. Let me just re-equip everything now that I got the item. Yeah, no, for real. I mean, these would be kind of shitty housing, but like, God, can you imagine having an well, actually, you know what? They would need an elevator. This building does not have an elevator, and I cannot imagine trying to get out from like... Yeah, this is essentially a frat house. But yeah, I haven't seen any elevators, so I can't imagine scaling this thing to be easy. Ah, spider. Holy shit. Their HP are getting insane. I need to use a bomb. Their HP is getting way too fucking high. Yeah, no, a regular dorm would work well. Jeez, these enemies are getting pretty tough. I know they get stronger the higher you climb, but goddamn. Math. Oh. Okay, these maths are pretty buff. Thankfully, they also have very high mysticality, so I can destroy them with my mind melt. We're literally just fighting math. Ooh, Barker, do it. Nice. Good job, Barker. More wallet. Cold armor. Ah, forget it. Coif's brute. God, I love the... Math is pretty scary, to be totally fair. Hello, Misery. Welcome to the stream. Ah, more mushroom bed. God, can you imagine having that many mushrooms on your bed? That would be crazy. That would go so hard. The fungus infection would be insane. I'm not getting 13 muscle. A lot less scary yard in academia. Alright, vampires again. There's so many vampires in the... I really wonder if these, like, encounters are randomly generated. Set your entire party on fire for 10? No way I'm letting that happen. The academia... yeah, no, it's true. School can be a terrible place to learn. Is the great irony. Alright, let's stab that spider. There we go. Foo bar. Did I get the... hold on, I'm gonna open Steam. Did I get the achievement yet? Shadows over Loathing. Steam library. No achievement yet. I have to keep going. I'm literally just trying to get an achievement. This is one heck of a way to farm EXP though. Wow, they are hitting me really fucking hard. I'm gonna throw a bomb. There. One more. God, the enemy stats are really climbing. It's not worth getting whatever's in that thing. Dunk sand. 14 mysticality? No way. It's kind of funny how every time you go up a level, things just get harder, and there's just no cap on how hard things can get. So at some point, getting stuff is basically impossible. 14 mysticality, no way. Font check. I love that poster. Ah. Now we're fighting biochemistry things. It really does a soft cap your progress. Non-Newtonian globule, sinister vapor, and lumbering ooze. Holy shit, their stats are insane. And they're immune to bleeding? Oh god, okay. I think this calls for a nuclear bomb. Maybe two. Okay. Let's see. Pew. Pew. not immune to being set on fire. That is true. Okay, I got rid of all the threats. I'm using more and more items though. At some point I'm gonna run out of bombs. We're on level 10 now. Oh, how many am I supposed to clear off with the achievement? 23. That is a lot I have to clear out. Considering how I skip some of them, that means I probably have to make it to like level 12 or 13 before I can get that. Oh, let's fight some more math. What the hell just happened? Okay. 10 mysticality. Wow, they have really high mysticality. It doesn't reset, but I would have to climb all the way back up. Which is the annoying thing because there's no elevators. I think I'm pretty close though. I just have to persevere. Ah. Bond vent. Red cola, blue cola. Yeah, there's no elevators. Can you imagine if they built like an infinite dorm room and there's just no elevators? Wide pixel. Ah, no fight fish. Alright, vampires, here we go. Oh, their HP. Oh my god, you have so much HP. I need a bomb. Here. Here. Yeah, that's zero accessibility. God, the only upside to the fact that the enemy HPs are getting so fucking high is the fact that, like, Mind Melt does like a bajillion damage because of how high their stats are. I need to switch to a different weapon though. I need a weapon that does, because there's so many enemies here that are immune to bleeding that I need something else. Like, Moxie plus 7 is insane, but I need something that does a different damage. Mysticality plus 4, Mysticality plus 4. Do I not have anything better than that? I think Mysticality plus 4 is the best I got for Mysticality weapons. Alright, cold damage. And let's use a sharpening stone to upgrade our ice cream scoop. So now it's a sharpened ice cream scoop. Hello Vivalicious, welcome to the stream. I'm just like dungeoning through a fucking college dorm right now. What is that music? Some weird hurdy-gurdy music is playing from this radio. Travel stream, that's a cool poster. I'm literally just going through this infinite college dorm, destroying. What is this music? Ghostly whispers drift out of the radio. What the hell are they listening to in this dorm? Alright, let's kill some robots. Ow, 14 damage. That's a lot of damage. I'm gonna throw a bomb. Benzo bucket. Benzo bucket. Okay. Goodness, their stats. Positively unreal. $32 damage. There we go. Alright, that's another dorm room cleared out. Steam library, please tell me if I have the achievement yet. I do not have the achievement yet. We'll keep dungeoning until we do. We gotta clear out like 23 rooms or so. Ow, 14 bleed, good god. Okay. Oh, these guys? These are my shadow minions. They're shadow minions, so I don't know how well they can be. But they are very good at soaking up damage. Racy Drown? Yeah, I can't open any of these. The stat requirement is literally unreal. Very strange music. Alright, vampires, here we go. They have sick moves. Yeah, I like my little shadow homunculi. Like, oh my god! What the fuck was that? You lost, and unfortunately there's no RA to report, on duty to report them to. Well, at least we got +1 mysticality from that loss. Let's try that again. University background radiation. Oh, I died again. Barker, get out of there. We got +1 maximum AP. Hold on, you know what we need? Where's the robot fuel? We need the robot fuel. Slurp. You drink the fuel. As it seeps into your bloodstream, you start to feel like a collection of engines all revving at the same time. We need the robot fuel because this lets us act earlier in combat, which means we will no longer run into this situation where we get killed before we can do anything. There we go. Now I can actually move on the first turn. Now I actually have a chance of blowing up my opponents before they kill me. Holy shit, 64 HP. What the hell? Where's my bombs? Nuclear bomb. Nuclear bomb. Okay. Mind melt. Mind melt. Mind melt. Mind melt. Stilton splatter. 3 HP. Stilton splatter. Jesus. I'm glad I had so much robot fuel on me. I'm not fighting the fish. Sake fault. 18 Moxie. I don't think there's even any way to get that much stats in this game. 16. Well, 16 hot armor is possible. Jail buyer? Jail buyer. Oh, great, more vampires. Here we go again. 50, oh my goodness. I could keep losing fights. It will give me better stats if I lose more fights. Jesus, these guys are fucking invincible. Die. Ooh, I have my Shadow Pocket Watch. I should use my Shadow Pocket Watch to debuff them. Debuff. Okay. I have just enough damage to kill that guy. What the? That animation played backwards. Alright, Barker. Get the ass. There we go. God, even the spider has 60 HP now. Please tell me I have the achievement now. Yes, okay, I have the achievement now. I don't need to keep dungeoning into this. Because, wow, I don't think I can keep going. I don't think I can keep fighting in this, the enemies in this, student dorms is getting way too crazy. I gotta get out of here. Let's go to Jardware's hardware to buy some anarchist hardware so we can replenish our bombs. Because we spent a lot of bombs in there. Alright. Nuclear, 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 nuclear. Grease, grease. Stink, 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 stink. Scary, scary, scary. Benzo bucket, benzo bucket. Ice bomb. Ice bomb, ice bomb. Okay, that's it. Oh no, they don't sell it. They sell anarchist hardware, which you can then use to turn into nuclear bombs. Which, you know, makes sense. If you're wondering, anarchist hardware is a reference to the anarchist handbook or whatever that book is called. Yeah, Anarchist Cookbook, there we go. That's the book. That's the reference. Posada's hardware shop. Let's see. Shadow Chomp. Shadow Embrace. That's funny. Shadow's Vanity. Your dark beauty transcends worldly concerns. +1 Moxie and mundane familiars are two. This just means you can't have non-shadow familiars anymore. You can only have shadow familiars from now on. But since I already have a shadow familiar, this is not a downside at all. So I'll get Vanity. Shadow slides across your skin. Your dark beauty transcends worldly concerns. I am beautiful. We now have +1 Moxie. The one perk that I'm kind of about getting is Shadow's Protection, because it does give you -1 AP, which is a pretty big debuff. Like, that's a pretty serious debuff. Decommission exploding, making files on. Wow. That's crazy. Hi, Herschel. You got any bombs? I'll take some surplus war grenades. Hey, Jessica. I got that book, and possibly also a bachelor's degree in botany. I'm not exactly sure. Wow, sounds like a busy day. Yes, that's a fair assessment. I'm going to bed now. Okay, sleep tight. Don't forget to uncurse the book. We're having some trouble pinpointing the next artifact, but we should have it sorted out in the morning. Did you know that compasses used to be different? What? Different how? Like, north used to be called west or something? Oh right, I kinda remember hearing about that. I was only about 3 years old when it happened though. It seems really disorienting. And people can get used to just about anything. Nobody complains anymore about how they stopped putting lard in chewing gum, for instance. Was that ever a thing? It's so crazy that that information is just on Wikipedia. Say, where's Charles? He went to deal with some interference we were getting in the Detectatron. I'd thought he would be back by now, actually. Well, don't worry about it. Go get some sleep. I like how Jessica doesn't comment on the fact that we're fish now. Like, she just has 0 comments about us being a fish. I guess in her line of work, she probably sees this kind of thing a lot. The uncursing machine, how you loathe it. We can no longer use the uncursing machine to uncurse anything because we're too shadow tainted. Hi, Dan. Ooh. His eyes brighten for a moment, almost as if he can see you through the milky haze of his cataracts. Oh no. Better blind than in that bind, my friend. A friend of that devil's no friend of mine. You can leave now. He bows his head and says no more. Oh, chewing gum is made with a lot of stearic acid, which comes from animal fat. Okay, wow, that's interesting. I did not know that. That is really interesting. Oh, I almost forgot. Before he left on his errand, Charles asked me to have you pick a third store. Of course. The first applicant is 10 Things I Had About You. A hat store, I presume. Terrible name. The second is Truncheon and Bludgeons. This fella is really excited about weaponry. And the last applicant is Texas Instruments. A guy from Texas selling musical instruments, I suppose. I don't need any of these. Truncheons and Bludgeons sells muscle weapons, which I don't need. And Texas Instruments sells moxie weapons, which I also don't really need. I'll take the hat store. Hats I could probably use. Let's go with the hat store despite the name. Okay, I'll get the move in and then I'm sure Charles will have the next storefront ready for applicants. You hang your poster up, making your space seem even more like a messy dorm room. That's how I like it. Ah, I miss college life. It's been such a long time now. I would like it if they have hat upgrades. Look at my awesome poster. Sperm fonts. Now that's a poster I would like hanging over my bed. Those posters have got to be like randomly generated. There's no way they're not randomly generated. Alright, you had a big day. You woke up, you started college, you finished college. Let's get some sleep. And move on to my least favorite chapter. How can you sleep when your bed is floating? You always look back fondly on your afternoon at college. Whoa. That's a giant eyeball in the background. I've never seen that before. 3 statues of you, each whispering. The whispering drifts in and out, all mixing together, making it hard to understand. All I ever got, all I got, all I'm ever, all I'm doing. Brawn, study, bluffing. I'll shut one of them up. I will shut up the one with the hip shades. Yeah, that one. You quiet one of them, now you can hear the others. You've given yourself a pep talk and convinced yourself that you're smarter and stronger than you actually are. +1 muscle and +1 mysticality. Oh, it's the old man. Wormwood. 1928 already? Curse me for not taking a calendar into those stacks. She's the one? Or the previous one? Familiar energy. She's been testing my wards. I fear I won't be able to hold out much longer. This is kind of cool background music. Hold on, I'm digging this background music. I don't know if this is Noelle's theme. Yeah, no, this background, this BGM is kind of a bop. Man, this game has way too many soundtracks that are only using one part of the game and nowhere else. Can't go back? You aren't interested in being him again. Hey cat, it's Lydia, that cat from the gas station. We got Lydia's boon. I like how there's a cat we can only access through our dream world. Like, we just can't access the cat anywhere else. Not in real life. Alright. Whole new day. Whole new buffs. Let's get some food. Shadow salad. Here we go. My shadow taint level. Shadow taint level 6. Wait, what? There's shadow taint level 6? Is there no cap to the shadow level? I'll get a robot fuel. Huh. I wonder if there's just no... I thought 5 was the limit. I mean, 5 is the highest point at which you still get an effect from shadow stuff. Or the highest level at which you actually unlock stuff. But it looks like you might actually have more shadow levels than just 5. That's weird.
Lydia, thank God you're finally awake. Am I? If you say so. What's eating you? I'm at my wit's end. Charles Wallace has gone missing. Really? Where did he go? He wouldn't be missing if I knew that.
She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath.
Okay. I'm panicking. Come on, Jessica, don't panic. I do know where he went before he went missing. What happened? We were having trouble getting the detectatron to focus on the next artifact. All we could get was the Big Moist.
The Big
Moist? It's a swamp north of Porkham, and I'm pretty sure that the entire swamp is not the cursed artifact in question. Charles went out there yesterday afternoon to see if a downed power line or something was causing interference.
Huh, and he hasn't come back yet?
No, he hasn't. Maybe I should go looking for him. Are you trying to drive me crazy? Come on, get a wiggle on for crying out loud. Charles could have been eaten by Gatormen by now. Excuse me? Eaten by what now? Gatormen, you know. I don't? Which seems like a good thing? The Big Moist is home to a tribe of nasty and belligerent half people, half alligators. They don't take kindly to intruders, such as, for example, Charles Wallace. Or me, presumably? Are you chickening out on me now when a friend's life is possibly at stake?
There are boons and banes to obtaining the shadow taint. Oh! Okay, so you do get more shadow level, it just has no effect. I see. My people.
Ever hear
From the look on Jessica's face, this does not seem like the best time for this quip if you want to ever continue having a face to make quips out of.
Is this map made of slice of Swiss cheese? It's a sponge. Which deli have you been going to? A sponge is definitely not a map. You're going to a swamp. It's soft, it's damp, and it has holes on it. What else could you want from me? Alright, okay, I'm on my way.
Alright, we got some phone calls from Don T and Rufus.
Tag, Strom, I can't read Cyrillic. Diga, Bueno, Mushi Mushi, Toblerone, Guten Tag, Solga, Met, Donald, hello? Hello? Duh, stick to English or I quit. Your resistance to international forms of communication may prove to have a hindrance effect on you in the future. Our organization possesses ambitions of operating worldwide-wise. I'll jump off that bridge when I get to it. What do you need? An incomplex reacquisition. A team of our operative transporting a shipment of alcohol through the local wetlands encountered difficulties and were compelled to abandon their submarine. The wetlands proved to be drier than we had anticipated. So you need me to recover the booze? Where do you want me to take it? You may retain the booze at your recompense. Our only how the fuck do I say? Requiration is that it is not acquired by the Prohibition agents, for fear that they may discover our fingerprints upon it. Ah, yeah, glass bottles do take fingerprints pretty readily. The bottles as well, yes, that is an excellent point.
He gives you directions to a wrecked submarine. A submarine in a swamp. Alright, Rufus.
The number you have dialed is not in service. Please hang up and... Rufus? Oh, it's you, Lydia. So sorry about the subterfuge. I had to tap into the university line to get a phone down here, and that strictly isn't legal. Anyways, I think I figured out the next step in building my quantum telecommunications device. You come over to my lab as soon as possible.
Okay, see you soon. It's Charles' desk. There isn't a Charles at it right now, though. Ah, it's the two of the frat guys you helped out earlier. The guy who was looking for mesquite chips and the guy who lost his jacket.
Oh, heck yeah, bro. If you got problems beating the cold, Q&A's the hobby for you. Wait, did I say hobby? I meant lifestyle. Standing next to a warm, comforting fire does sound pretty good. Right, bro. Plus, while you're standing there, you can be queuing up some burgers or weenies or whatevs. It's a win-win. Gosh.
You bask in the warm glow of their conversation. The Charles is gone. Leave. Alright, Fancy Dan, give me my cut. I want some absinthe, and I want it with cola, and I want an olive on it. Got a nice cocktail. Man, it's been such a long time since I've been to like a barbecue event. I remember one that I've been to was actually it was actually a party for my baptism held by my local church. That was back when oh god, how many years ago was my baptism? I was like in middle school or something at the time. Holy shit, that's so long ago. Is that really the last bar? That can't be the last barbecue I've been to. Oh my god, that's so long ago. Oh yeah, hat store. That's a lot of hats. The store's proprietor nods politely to you. Also, I just noticed the irony. You know, I was about to say the irony of me being a succubus and also getting a baptism. Oh wow, 2 decades.
Hi, my name is Lydia. Pleased to meet you. I'm Albert. Why aren't you wearing a hat? Have you ever heard the phrase familiarity breeds contempt? Gotcha.
Ooh, regenerates 1 AP per round. Stench armor, I need that. Flowery cloche. Green visor, I need. Why does the green visor give me spooky armor? You can't be afraid of what you can't see, and with this, you won't be able to see. Jeweled turban. Mail carrier's hat. I could use the elemental. The elemental armor is really what I'm all about, but I guess I'll take the jeweled turban too. Hey Jardware, you got anything new? Comfy hat lining, match. I'll take some matches and fuses. Always useful. Hello. I forgot your name. I need a rocket. Advanced pants, you got any new stock? Weather jeans. Ooh. Loose pants. Flowing skirt. This swishy skirt frees up your feet for fancy work. That's nice. Have a chat. Oh, where do you... Okay, so it's the same dialogue as last time. Alright, Tony Fiasco, I got some new hats for you. Let's see. Which hats? You got a Puba helmet? Nope, you did not have a Puba helmet. Balaclava? Nope, you already got it. Hex Rock helmet. What about the flowery cloche? And the green visor. I like how with the green visor you can see my little fishy hairs poking out the top. Mail carrier. Bejeweled turban. Alright. I can't get that yet. Let's go to the hobo camp. Not because I want to talk to any hobos, but just because, like, I want to warm my hands by the fire. There we go. Now I get extra hot armor. Alright, let's go see Rufus. Let's see what he wants. Loud crashing sounds and yelling from a nearby classroom attracts your attention and curiosity. You cautiously poke your head in the door, and then quickly poke it back out again to dodge a handful of bolts thrown by an angry robot. Several students are cowering behind an overturned desk, and you crawl back there to join them as the two robots wildly throw junk everywhere.
What the heck is going on here? Well, we were wondering if robots could be programmed to have a sense of team spirit, so we split into two teams and made these tennis ball throwing robots and set them to dislike each other. It seems to have worked.
I'm not gonna read all of that. I'm sure if you put that into a hex code translator, it'll say something.
Yeah, a little too well. We should have taught them sportsmanship first.
I'll just deactivate them. The students can explain where the robot's shut-off switches are, and you duck, dodge, and dive through a storm of hurled debris, eventually managing to shut them down with only minor bruises.
Well, thanks a lot. Guess it's back to the drawing board. Maybe just stick with drawing, actually.
Alright, Rufus, what's up?
So, what's the next step? I don't have to go back in the sewers, do I? Oh no, this is much more straightforward. Well, your part of it will be anyways. That's what I like to hear. I need some way to broadcast the quantum signal from this Fishman Pearl over as broad an area as possible, and I figure out the most robust transmission network available is the commercial radio band. The nearest broadcast tower is Radio Shack at WGCR in the Big Moist. Okay, and what do I do there? Just take this transmitter I built and plug it into their console. Now we'll transmit a special frequency out over the radio. Then I just need a bunch of different test readings so I can adjust the signal for latency, data loss, and so forth. All you have to do is find as many random radios as you can, tune into WGCR, and use this receiver to test the transmissions. At least 10 different radios should be enough. Let's call it 11 just in case.
Alright, so now we gotta go over to the Big Moist and do some radios. Short-circuiting electrical prod. That's a fun weapon. Alright, let's head over to the Big Moist. My least favorite area of the game. What a dreadful place. You wouldn't trust this rickety old shelter to protect you from a single raindrop. It's a notice board. See what there is to notice. There's a poster from a local tourist bureau advertising something called a mud henge. Apparently it's the biggest henge in the county. Is it creepy or is it wet or creepy? Yes. Another poster grabs your attention. Missing Tom Chapman. Inquire at Largemouth Bass and Sons. The face of a teenage boy is circled in an attached photograph. A portrait of the boy and his elder male relatives, each holding a largemouth bass proportionate to his own height. Huh, there's a similar poster right underneath it. Missing Kathy Tracy. Inquire at Largemouth Bass and Sons. What is going on at Largemouth Bass and Sons? Let's make a missing poster for Charles. While you don't have paper with which you can make a poster, you could write Charles' name on the two that are already there. Cross out Largemouth Bass and Sons and write Charles Wallace. Missing Tom Chapman, inquire at Charles Wallace. Missing Kathy Tracy, inquire at Charles Wallace. That'll get people looking for Charles. Brilliant, perfect work.
How are you holding up, Barker? This swamp sucks. Or I guess in the parlance of the times, it's all wet. I think I just figured out the etymology of that phrase.
Barker rolls around happily in the nasty swamp water.
Good grief, you'd better find a clean puddle to roll around in before we get back to the antique store, or Jessica's gonna be mad as heck. Ah, geez, Barker, what are you eating now? In this place of all places? Oh, this looks like some kind of a swamp potato? Okay, that's fine, I guess. I was expecting, I don't know, a crab with a human face or something. What'd you find, boy?
Barker is sniffing excitedly at a large plant that looks uncannily like him.
Oh, weird. This must be the kind of plant that Professor Carlos got your genetic stuff from. Your brothers, neat. And you're eating it. Okay, fine. That's entirely on me for anthropomorphizing too much.
Oh my god, I love Barker. That's so weird. That's so funny.
Why are adventures always in dangerous or gross places? Or dangerous, gross places? I guess that idea wasn't too bad. Still, I'd much rather have an adventure at the beach than this nasty swamp. Although with my luck, I'd probably get attacked by a giant kraken or something.
Alright. Who amongst us would not eat our siblings? So true. Alright, hold on, I just remembered. Do I have the diving helmet? I have the Puba helmet. Oh, I don't have the diving helmet. I need the diving helmet. Shark bait. Hold on, I need to go grab the diving helmet. Because I'm gonna need it in the big moist. This thing. A wooden statue with a metal diving helmet for a head. Tear the head off. Hey, this is an actual real diving helmet. Good instincts. Alright, let's go back to the swamp. You slog through the swamp and is interrupted by an unfortunately familiar face.
There you are, dearie. How nice to see you again. Although I would have wished for a more festive setting, but I'm afraid this can't wait for the winter snow. Aw, geez, not you again. Me again. Dark Noel at your service. You'd be doing me a service by leaving me alone. Now, don't be such a Grinch. I have presents for you. What's a Grinch? Wait, did you say presents? That's right. Painful retribution and Yuletide curses. It was very clever of you hiding in the Institute, all warm and cozy behind the Dean's Wars where I couldn't get to you. But now that you're near the source of our power, it's time for me to deck your halls if you get my meaning. I'm just looking for my uncle. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about the Dean or your plans or that weird dreams or any of it.
She lays a finger on the side of her nose and her eyes start to glow red and green, like Lord English.
Swell.
Oh shit, speak the words of truth. What does that mean? Go ahead, we got out of the end. Hold on, I want to know what the shadow taint option is. Your eyes glow black. You can't actually see that, and it wouldn't make any sense, but I thought I should tell you.
isn't true. That never... No, stop it. Shut up.
Noelle turns and flees like the rat she is. Ho ho ho. Wow, I didn't realize. Wow, that's so cool. You get cool new dialogue with Shadow Taint. I had no idea that was even an option. Because those are the options that you don't get if you don't have Shadow Taint. And this is my first and only run where I have Shadow Taint, so that was like such a cool thing. I had no idea you can beat her that way. There's some hobo code painted on the tail fin. Disappointing lack of sandwiches. Through this porthole, you can barely just make out a chart on the wall of the submarine. Well, you strain your eyes, but the chart is either slightly too far away and the submarine slightly too dark, or some combination of the two factors. Years of study have taught you how to deliberately damage your eyes in order to learn things. Those years of study finally pays off as the text on the chart reveals itself. Torpedo tube pressure 19 psi. 19 psi is not a lot. Your bicycle tires have like 60 psi. Well, then again, I don't know how much psi you need for torpedo tubes in a swamp. But like your bike tires have like 60 psi. Through this porthole, you can see the darkness inside a submarine. In a way, a submarine reflects the darkness inside all of us. And inside of me especially. This pipe is clogged. Unclog. We got the Russian clogs. The back shelf of the submarine is blocked by an impenetrable tangle of roots. The submariners must have used their extra steam to do their laundry. The washer contains a very nasty hat. We got a mildewy sailor's hat. Torpedo tube. It's a periscope, which is a device looking for looking at guys named Perry. No Perrys on the horizon today, Captain. This control panel has a large dial on labeled internal pressure. We need 19 psi. You hear a small burst of steam as the pressure changes. This hatch is labeled torpedo, including the period. You open the torpedo tube and recover the mob's shipment of booze. We got a barrel of tequila. There's a snake in the bottom with instructions to cut it up if you're into worms if you're redistributing the tequila into bottles. I don't understand that reference. It's a hatch leading to the submarine's lower deck. This is where we'll need the diving helmet. You open the hatch to discover that the lower deck is completely flooded. But we have a diving helmet. These torpedoes have been ruined by water. Somebody should have damned them. This crate has been crusted shut by freshwater barnacles. Ironically, this is a crate of rust remover. The lock on this lockbox has rusted away, making it just a regular box. We got piles of silver bars. These things sell for like 1,000 meat, which is pretty good. Can I remove my diving helmet? You don't want to drown, so you can't change your hat while you're underwater. I imagine even if you can hold your breath, this is not it's not water you want to be having your eyes exposed in. You would get like parasites in your eyeballs. Alright, Radio Shack. Suddenly, a tuft of swamp swubbery parts, and a man with the head of an alligator pops out, glaring at you.
Whoops. Hello. You must be one of the gatormen Jessica was talking about, huh? Human? How human? Well, both my parents smell wrong, not human stink.
You'd have a pair of sights so you should see twice as good, not less. True. Hi, Damasen. Check your... You smell basically normal as far as you can tell in the swamp.
Dark stink, shadow stink. Huh, you know about the shadow stuff? Shadow good, good stink, blood stink. Wow, this is a real roller coaster of a conversation. I follow, kill enemies, eat enemies, name Alphonse. Can I call you Al? No! Can you at least stop yelling? Gah! Fine.
Alphonse has joined you as a companion. Alright, go to the speakeasy.
I've got something I need to finish up first. I'm drawing you a map to the speakeasy where we all hang out. I'll swing by and pick you up later, okay? Grah, hate waiting. I won't be long. Just try not to eat anyone in there, okay? No promise.
Alphonse stomps away in the direction of the bus stop. Good luck, bus. Alphonse actually does have a unique ending, except I can't get it because I'm already at Shadow Taint level 5 and I intend to get the Shadow ending. You can only get Alphonse's ending if you choose not to do the Shadow ending. But the Alphonse ending still requires Shadow Taint. It's a very specific thing. Somebody else's campsite and it looks trashed. Amidst all the garbage thrown about, you find a shiny 7/8 combination wrench with CW paint on the side. That's strange. Obviously this belongs to Charles, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would lose one of his tools carelessly, nor the kind of guy who would leave trash around his campsite. You look around more carefully and discover weird tracks in the mud. Big, clawed bipedal tracks. Maybe Gatorman tracks? And there's a spot where some kind of a scuffle clearly happened. Aw, geez, well that tears it. Charles Wallace must have gotten kidnapped by Gatorman. Maybe he dropped the wrench on purpose to attract your attention. Hopefully you can find him soon. Shadow pocket, reach inside. Got a shadow pickle. Charles's wrench. A red fern. That usually means there's a lot of dog blood in it. Really? These bricks have been inexpertly mortared together. Pry them apart. Ah, those bricks were there to cover up the fact that this brick was missing. The lamest conspiracy ever. The door appears to be unlocked. Hi guys. There's some guys hanging out here looking stoic and cool. And also a gator man with more than the usual allotment of teeth.
Hi, who are you guys? The radio technicians. Why are you standing here in the dark? Why not? It is radio. There's nothing to see. Well, you got me there. That machinery looks weird. Are you speaking of the battery units that appear to be powered by outer space with some form of negative energy or something like that? Yes, that's strange, right? They are not standard issue, that it is true. So what? I cannot tell you any more about them. Aww. So what's this stuff for? Always with the questions. Sorry, I have a curious nature. I will not reveal to you our employers' plans. Their plans to use this equipment to broadcast her voice across the country once she has to assume full control of the government. Aw, please. No, stop asking.
I can fight them, but I can also just do this. The two holes you've opened in the walls are letting swamp water in and also out again. You might not expect them to cancel each other out, but I guess not. Fluid dynamics are a mystery to me.
Hi, it's me again. Greetings. You sure you're okay with me just wandering around in here like this? Well, not entirely, but our orders were very specifically to protect and maintain the equipment, so we have no arguments with you just yet. Frankly, though, you're getting on my nerves a bit. Sorry. Hey, about this water. What about it? I just wanted to point out that it isn't stagnant. It's flowing from one side when you run to the other. Ah, running water! One of our several very common weaknesses? Water burning, irony terrible.
The vampire makes for the door, but get in each other's way and dissolve into ash that is quickly washed away. They were vampires? You don't know what this console does, but if it isn't any consolation, nobody really expects you to. You plug in Rufus's gadget and the console starts emitting a different series of beeps than it was emitting before. Apparently this machine is powered by evil, or at least weird. There's nothing on the table. I guess it just looks cooler to stand around the table than just arbitrarily around the room. Were those guys sharing one bed? Wait, why isn't it a coffin? Wow, this thing is pretty cool. It also looks very lightweight. We got a glowy lightning ball thing. Can you believe that this is a thing that was invented in the past, not approximately 60 years from now? You carefully pocket the zappy orb thingy-majig. There's a to-do list here with a single entry. Guard the radio equipment. You erase that checkmark. It isn't important to look good if you're on the radio, so this sink has a first aid kit instead of a mirror. The radio people are probably saving this stuff in case anyone ever invents video, and they have to go to work. Hold on, I need my... Where's my... Cursed fishing rod? There we go. We got Deuce the Toilet Gator. A mighty alligator born in... Deuce the Toilet Gator. I can't actually use Deuce though because of my shadow perks. A toilet thankfully devoid of any broadcast features. A historical reference text on blood, describing the introduction as that new fascination sweeping our veins. You learn that blood was once considered one of the four humors along with dad, shock, and reference. We got blood lore. You learned a lot about what people used to believe in about blood. This book is a collection of short stories about men who defy all wisdom and warning to go hiking alone in the sub-zero west. At the end of each story, the man dies. Maybe there's a lesson in that. In each story, the protagonist succumbs to sub-zero conditions and perishes. At the end, the narrator opines that if it were them, they simply would not have gone somewhere that is cold. They would have gone somewhere warm and thrived. I choose not to be cold. There's hundreds of these stories and they're all like this. Yeah, in general, you just don't go hiking alone. I did that once and I almost died, so don't go hiking alone. The world's sleaziest jokes, culled from the world's laziest toilet stalls. Sleaziest toilet stalls. If you can stomach these, there won't be much left in heaven or earth that can scandalize you. Yeah, no, I was on this mountain, I was like... At first, I thought I was going on the right trail, but it turns out I was going on a trail that nobody goes on. And the trail just got like narrower and narrower and steeper until I was like crouching the whole time, holding onto branches so I don't fall to my death. And at a certain point, I'm just like, why the fuck am I doing this? I need to turn back or else I'm gonna die somewhere where no one is gonna know where I am. So I turned back and slowly headed back down the trail. And Pitt the Elder said, "Why, under the wig of a wig, my dear." Huh? Wait, oh no, that's disgusting. I don't get it. It takes a lot of a lot to make you blush. You know what? I want to upgrade Medical Manchego actually. I've been using that to heal quite a bit. You peruse the basic recipes, but there's some advanced ones towards the back of the books. You read the recipes and gain even more insight into the health benefits of cheese. Medical Manchego has been upgraded. Unfortunately, you're so distracted by your newfound doctoring skills that you forgot your librarian skills and promptly lose the books. You had to hike to get to the vaccination place? It made you walk through a bright... What the hell? That's so messed up. Man, Brain Coral Ring is pretty good. Mind Melt also increases your mysticality. That's pretty strong. Oh, yeah, no, that is very fortunate that you had heavy clothes enough to deal with that, because that sounds like hell. I'm gonna learn the other shadow skills. Shadow Embrace. The shadow clutches you and clutches through you. Shadow Embrace together. 13 spooky damage to an enemy and also to yourself. Chomp. You learn to consume as the shadow does. Shadow Chomp. Consume. We only have one last thing to learn, and it's a thing that will decrease our max AP, so I'm a little bit hesitant. Plate armor is pretty cool. It's also way more mobile than people think it is, since it's, you know, designed to be worn into battle. Barker starts sniffing the air excitedly and trots out ahead of you, then turns to see if you're following.
You find something, boy?
You follow him for a bit. Soon you notice that the peeping and parping of frogs, although present pretty much everywhere in the swamp, is particularly loud here. Soon you push through a thicket and discover a huge number of frogs hanging out around a small stone monument of some sort. We'll investigate the frog bog later. You are carrying it with you. Yeah, no, it's true. Like, people forget that armor, it is heavy, but you are wearing it all over your body. I'm pretty sure like modern military gear is way more heavy anyways. Largemouth bass and sons.
State your business. I'm here about the missing children.
Tom and Kathy, yeah, that's a sad song.
You'll need to talk to, I guess either Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy about that. But I wouldn't let either of them know that you've been speaking to the other. The bosses, they don't talk anymore.
Why don't the bosses talk to one another?
Between you, me, and 6,300 largemouth bass, Mr. Chapman and Tracy haven't been on speaking terms since Mr. Chapman was snubbed at the Academy Awards a few years back. They tolerate each other only because they both perform a vital function to the business.
Which is?
Mr. Tracy debones the fish and Mr. Chapman rebones them. Only then are the fish ready to sell for the market.
Are you saying you take the fish's bones? You take out the fish's bones and then put them back in?
It's a tradition. For generations, the Chapman has deboned the bass and the Tracy rebones them. That unique process is what gives our bass its distinctive tang.
What goes on at this place?
At Largemouth Bass and Sons, we fish largemouth bass and most of us are sons.
What do you think happened to the kids?
If you ask me,
That's what I just did.
hell, they ran off. This life isn't for everyone, and Tom and Kathy, they never had the makings of a largemouth bass deboner or reboner.
Oh, I mean, it's actually more about the game design. You remember how in SIT, on the big map, there wasn't a lot of locations, and many of the locations connected together, so you're able to move around from one place to another without accessing the big map? The Big Moist is the opposite of that. Every single place on this map is like one mini area, and there's a lot of them, and I don't really like that kind of structure. I prefer the structure where the maps are more interconnected, and it feels like one place is actually one place. I don't really like it when all the places are just scattered like this with tiny one-off rooms and stuff. Yeah, it's mainly a game design thing. The guard eyes you suspiciously. The guard seems a little nervous. Are the shotguns keeping you out or something else in? Who cares? I'm going inside. The Tracy house.
Emptied to magnify the misfortune of my stolen daughter.
Any idea who did this?
I have my suspicions, yes.
When did this happen?
3 nights ago. I'm still in shock. I can't even muster the strength to close the safe.
I can do that for you. It's not that hard.
Would you?
Sure.
Bless you.
We haven't even introduced ourselves yet. Through the knife of the deboner doth still shape largemouth bass, and the world through our action. There are no legion who do not believe and wouldst tear down thy work. The Book of Garrett. You're not close enough to read this. I absolutely am. Academy of Fresh and Saltwater Game Fish. Certificate of nomination for award. Be it known that Adam Tracy was nominated for an Academy Award of Merit for Outstanding Achievement. Best deboning bass. This grizzled mariner must hate being stuck behind a desk.
Greetings. As a mariner, do you hate being stuck behind a desk?
Excuse me, I make 6 figures a year behind this desk, and mind your manners. You're addressing Adam Tracy, Chief Deboning Officer of Largemouth Bass and Sons. Are you here about Kathy?
What do you do here?
As I've said, I'm the Chief Deboning Officer here. My team and I deboned the largemouth bass, after which it is passed over to my colleague across the way for reboning.
I saw some posters about missing children.
That's right. 3 nights ago, Kathy disappeared along with all of her clothes and possessions and the contents of that safe there, and the company truck. Oh, and the Chapman kid.
It sounds like she might have run away from home.
Excuse the remark as you don't know my Kathy, but suffice it to say that's impossible. Kathy loves largemouth bass almost as much as any assuming preordained roles in a multi-generational family business. No, Kathy would not simply leave home. There's a much simpler explanation. Occam's gator.
Occam's gator?
A monstrous gator, man. 7 feet old, 10 feet tall if he's an inch, with scales as blue as the deepest oceans. He has 2 tails as sharp as razors, and he's not afraid to shave him. His appetite are insatiable. He'll strike at night and gobble up all our fish, guns, tax returns, whatever. And now, I fear my cat. I don't know what we did to provoke his ire, but that beast has bullied and bothered our business since my grandfather was in toddler pants. I sometimes think the swamp itself has summoned him up to be our tormentor.
My friend Charles is missing. Could Occam's have taken him too?
Charles? Hold on, that was the name written on Kathy's poster at the bus stop. A nasty piece of vandalism from which I do not doubt Occam's gator is responsible.
Oh wait, he saw that? He saw that?
You think Occam's gator ate Kathy?
You have to understand, for decades, Occam's gator had been the sole author of this business's misfortunes. Could he eat a child? Absolutely, that's his MO. Monsters of the land.
If Occam's ate Kathy, aren't we too late?
Not necessarily. Occam's only handicap is glacially slow digestion. Go ask Sylvester, a guard of ours. He was swallowed up by Occam's, but by stripping off in his belly and greasing his body in Occam's own fat, he was able to slither up and out of Occam's jaws while the great beast slept.
Okay, where can I find Sylvester?
I don't know, we had to terminate him for attempting to unionize.
They ran off with the gator.
Occam's gator sound made up.
There's nothing made up about a giant blue gator man who eats guns. One of our guards actually saw Occam's, even took a shot at him, but conventional weapons have no effect.
Are you saying you haven't seen Occam's gator?
I've seen the destruction he's wrought. I've certainly seen that.
Is there a finder's fee if I find her? If I find her?
300 meat and my grandfather's fishing rod, but I'm running the show, alright? Not Chapman. I know he's got a missing boy too, but you can't just involve a rebowner in an operation like this. They're far too emotional. If you're dealing with me, you keep him out of this.
What's so special about this fishing rod?
What's special about it? He can catch things that your scientists would say are impossible to find in water. How about that?
So it doesn't catch fish?
Yes, fish, but also impossible things.
Well, I'll think about it.
Let me think about it.
Sure, I'll be here while you think, and my daughter will be dissolving inside the belly of a gator.
I have a question about your daughter.
Tracy's bottom lip trembles.
Excuse me. It's just that my Kathy always loved questions.
Always loved questions.
Let's talk about something else for now.
If you must, but I must warn you, my daughter's abduction makes me a poor conversationalist. Do you think if Cicero's daughter was missing, he could have gone on and said all the famous sayings for which Mr. Cicero is known?
Not Cicero, Cicero. What am I saying? Cicero.
It's a mess through there.
Oh, I don't mind.
I don't mean it's messy. I'm saying the rooms are. That's the room where we have meals, and it's that type of mess.
I thought they were only really use that term in the armed forces.
You don't consider fishing to be part of the armed forces? What do you think we use to hold the rods?
I don't know, your legs?
Don't be dense. Looking for something?
What's back here?
Crew quarters. Off limits.
You live here?
Where the fish live, we live.
Can I go inside?
No, that's a space for the Tracy family, like our crypt.
Can I go to that too?
You'd better not.
The public is welcome to visit the Tracy's family's mess hall if they'll pardon the mess. I don't know why I have such a hard time reading that. The sign says take a bottle of bass oil. Why, it's glued to the table. Bottles, crates, the whole thing. You notice the reverse of the sign, which reads if you can. I'll take the sign. We got an annoying sign. Just sell it if you can. I'll take the bottles. Huzzah, you break the bonds of the glue with a satisfying thwart. There's a bass thaw in the sink and in each of the drawers. The refrigerator hums with a quiet menace, or maybe it's the motor. The only item inside is a sardine salad sandwich in a cardboard box. The box is labeled Adams, do not eat. Do you eat? Ah, the sandwich smacks of something foul and deeply wrong, as if the food had rotted itself to punish your minor transgression. It reminds you of the story of your friend, Eve, who ate a forbidden window display sandwich and was cast out from the Garden of Eden restaurant. We gain the effect, the original sandwich. Like Eve, you have tasted a forbidden sandwich and must face the consequences. I'll just splash some water on my face. We no longer have the original sandwich. I love how easy it is to get rid of negative effects. Fish and cats are slow to trust. The cat ignores your attempts to befriend it. Only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will win it over. That door is locked, making this room even more disappointing.
I hate your sandwich.
No, we didn't. The one in the refrigerator is a decoy.
He chuckles.
Nobody's ever found the real thing.
Maybe I can come back to try that door once I have a key. Admiring the fish? Yeah, no, we can just immediately gloat to his face about eating it.
What do you know about Occam's gator?
That's fake.
It is?
Yeah, that's a legend. An old bass wife's tale. Sometimes things that go missing where the business has a run of bad luck and folks want a deeper explanation for it. But I can tell you that nobody here has ever laid eyes on any giant gatorman. The bosses can't even agree on what he's supposed to look like.
So the Occam's gator didn't kidnap these kids?
I really doubt it.
Your boss says you saw him.
Didn't you ever tell the boss what they wanted to hear? There's gators in these parts, alright? I have to scare them off the property on almost a daily basis. If you don't believe me, you're welcome to go visit their stomping ground. A swamping ground. Oh, I mean stomping ground. You won't find any sort of Occam's gator there, I sure do.
Occam's gator sounds pretty scary.
As do all fairy tales. Don't make them any more real.
The mouth bass are really as large as they say.
I hope you're not planning on sticking that fishing rod in there. Largemouth bass must have exclusive license to fish those waters. Is there anywhere I can fish here?
No, largemouth bass and sons has the fishing rights. Fishing might makes fishing right. That attitude might get you places at smallmouth bass and nephews, but we run things differently here.
The song identifies these waters as a site of historical importance. There is actually a way we can fish here, by the way. The gators bite your asses. This pool is the birthplace of largest mouth Luke, a bass present at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. On August 2nd, 1792, he returned to his home waters to die, but his body was never found. Ah, the biker gangs are at it again. A viscous puddle reflects a gloomy face. Talk to the puddle or the man? The puddle, please. Hello, sir. I can't understand you. It's a puddle. Talk to the man.
What's the matter with you?
She left me.
Hey, it happens.
It's my fault. I didn't gas her up.
Do I want to know what that means?
Huh? I'm talking about the amphibious truck. She's an amphibious truck. I forgot to gas her up one night and she was gone the next morning.
Oh, so we're not talking about a person.
No, I'm more interested in amphibious trucks.
So what happened to your truck?
Our truck. It's the company truck. We used to take it to fish to market. A couple of nights ago, I forgot to fill her up before bed, and that must have really ticked her off because the next morning she was gone. No, nothing.
Are you suggesting this truck is sentient?
It's funny, I wouldn't have thought so, but I can't see any other explanation for it running off the way it has.
Could it have anything to do with the missing kids?
Tom and Kathy? You'd have to talk to Mr. Chapman and Mr. Tracy about that.
Maybe they took the truck?
I don't know, seems like a stretch.
When did the children go missing?
Same day as the truck, but I think that's probably just a coincidence.
What's this puddle here?
It's the gas I never gave her that night. It's here now, in our special place, waiting for her to come home.
Is it working?
Obviously you can see that it's not.
How far could someone have gone in that truck?
With the gas left in her, couldn't have gone further than 100 miles.
100 miles, okay.
No, 100. Sorry, 100 is fisherman's lingo. It means 11.
Missing truck, huh? That's a shame.
She'll be back. She has to be back. She'll run out of gas otherwise, and then where will she be?
I love how there's not a single normal person here. A chum bucket is inscribed. A stranger is just a chum you haven't met yet. The bucket is secured to the floor.
Those are decorative. And the chum inside?
It's the very first batch of the chum ever made by largemouth bass and sons back in the summer of 1803. It reminds us of our humble origins.
Can I have it?
No.
The chum bucket is inscribed, champagne for my real chums, real pain for my sham chums. The bucket is chum pain for my real chums, real pain for my chum chums. This one's a little bit more esoteric. Fishermen's cats are a touchy sort and regard unproven outsider with the highest suspicion. The cat avoids your touch. You get the sense that only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will, yes. Lo, with the reboning knife of righteousness has a complete bass been forged. The Book of Charis. Surely a fisherman yearns for a glorious death at sea, not to wind up behind the desk.
Hello, I wonder, do you ever wish you had a glorious death at sea?
Oh, many a sea creatures have tried to give me one miss, but before they can get their teeth in me, I've reboned them 6 ways to Suntag.
He spits a wad of chewing tobacco out the door.
Guy Chapman, Chief Reboning Officer.
largemouth bass and sons. Are you here about Tom?
I saw the posters about the missing children.
Find one child and you'll find the other. My Tom has been lured into the lair of Occam's gator by that Jezebel that reboned the deep owner's daughter. A good and true fisherman led astray by that delinquent sorceress who's never cared a Walt Whitman for what we do here at Bath and Sons.
You're being a little sexist, don't you think?
Not remotely. I'm not saying anything about her gender at all. I'm only saying she may have gotten my boy eaten by a gator man.
But when you throw words like Jezebel around, that's a little loaded.
Is it? Well, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm willing to change, but you have to be patient with me, alright? I'm old-fashioned, and I can't keep up with all these new ideas your generation has. Gender, penicillin.
How is Kathy responsible?
Well, the arrogance of youth. Cassie Tracy never thought she had anything to fear from Gotham's gator. She didn't respect him. Several times I caught her attempting to summon the beast by shouting his name 3 times in the mirror or directly into the mouth of a bass. It was always going to end with her in Gotham's belly. I just didn't think my Tom would be fool enough to go along with it.
Do you think Tom could have run away on his own?
Absolutely not. Tom's a 3rd-generation bass boy, proud and true. Why, just last month he said, "I'm excited about my future in reboning largemouth bass, Dad." Does that sound like the words of a boy that once without a door? No, there's a simpler explanation. The siren song of Kathy Tracy, who lures good men into the bellies of gators.
Oh, doing these voices, my poor throat.
Oh, Occam's gator. I've heard of him.
Chapman's cheeks darkened to the murky hue of a humpback anglerfish. What the fuck is a humpback anglerfish?
As long as there have been a largemouth bass and sons, there's been an Occam's gator to our grievous fortune. I venture that there's no creature of land or sea quite so terrible. 12 feet tall he is, red as a furnace with smoke billowing out from his nostrils. He and his rapacious appetites are a plague on our business. He'll eat everything we've got. Largemouth bass, everything.
Red.
It keeps me up at night wondering what we did to deserve him. Is it a sin against the land to both debone and rebone fish? Perhaps, but damn it, that's what gives our bass its zing.
Yeah, no, like the guard said, these guys literally cannot agree on what Occam's gator is supposed to look like. Like, they clearly have never actually seen him.
Is there a finder's fee?
200 meat for starters, and my mother's fishing rod for the entree, on one condition. I don't want you looking for Kathy on Tracy's dime. It's Tom that needs saving, and he needs saving from her, so that's the condition. Oh, and then you also need to find Tom, so that's 2 conditions.
It really is like a Scooby-Doo ass monster.
How about throwing in fishing rights?
Oh, your generation talks a big game about suffrage and self-governance, but in the end, what you really want is a largemouth bass. I'll give you 10 minutes alone with a fish. How about that? No questions asked.
Is it a special fishing rod?
It is, and I'll tell you why. It has never caught a fish.
Oh, that sounds like worse than a normal fishing rod.
It has never caught a fish. Always catches 2. Don't know how it works, don't want to know how it works, we just think we're excited for the bounty.
So on my last run, I took the Kathy deal. So this time I'm gonna take the Chapman deal.
Deal.
Hurrah! Now, I have no idea where you might find Tom, but what I'll do is let you into our quarters in the back. I know he keeps a diary, though I've never been able to make sense of the thing. Fundamentally, the way your generation speaks is utter nonsense to me. The mad rumblings of youth. Perhaps you will understand it. Now bring him home, you hear me?
I'm looking for someone myself. Charles Wallace?
I know the name. Some fool wrote it in the missing poster I had up for Tom. I've been wondering who or what he is. Is he a fish?
No.
Then I'm not the person to ask. I'm a fisherman, friend. My bag is fish. You're looking for a human. You want to be asking some sort of a human fisherman.
You are a human fisherman.
His expression turned sour. Now that you poked a hole in his premise, he has lost interest in the conversation.
Okay, I don't know where your friend is, alright?
Well, what do you do here?
I'm the chief reboning officer here at Largemouth Bass and Sons, like my father was before me, and etc. It's a wonderful life, a good family life.
This must be the mess, right?
It is, where we proudly serve reboned fish just the way we like it. I don't want to see you slip in any bones out of that fish here.
I can't make that promise.
Everything on this shelf is labeled hardtack. The non-perishable and long-lasting foodstuff sustains the fishermen on their voyage from this building to the outside of this building. The sign claims that these are cups of homemade bone broth and that you should take one. Not the one to question the instructions on a tiny sign, you grab a cup. We got a bone broth. Broth made from fish bones, not unlike the ocean itself. Unsuitable bones are ground up here into a thin meal. Broken bones pile high in the sink. Detritus from the experiments of an apprentice reboner. Those are not fish bones, those are human bones. Those are not the bones that go inside a fish. It is possible that a largemouth bass fisherman could do their job while sleeping in a nice soft bed, but it's never been tried anywhere in the world. So many fishermen don't get into largemouth bass because they can't hack the bunk beds. It seems that the leftmost locker belongs to Tom Chapman. Let's open it with a crowbar. That wasn't quite what you intended to do, but luckily you did manage to reveal a secret cache hidden behind his lockers. We got Tom Chapman's diary. It's a secret diary of a bass fishing scion. This diary belongs to Tom Chapman. If found, please return to Largemouth Bass and Sons. For controversial thoughts and secret plans, turn to page 19. For information of no consequence, turn to page 33. Animal ideas. 3-toed squid. Chihuahua, big. 4-toed squid. Honey-hating bear. Rabbit, more teeth. Faster chimp. Grandfather cat. Balder eagle. Sleeping dog that lies. Egg cat. This is the shit he writes in this diary. It's dangerous, but the only way we won't be followed is if we take the truck through the Gatorman camp. We'll ask Peter where it is. Alright, so we gotta go to the Gatorman camp. Hi.
You're back. Is Tom with you? Is he hiding behind the door? I warn you, I don't like surprises. I didn't mention that earlier.
I haven't found them yet.
Ah, ratfish.
All you have in your mess hall is hardtack.
Hardtack's all about what we eat. It's rebone too.
Hardtack doesn't even have bones.
That's changing.
I read Tom's diary.
Did you now? Make any sense of it?
Yes, it seems like he was planning to take the truck and drive through a nearby Gatorman camp to ensure he wasn't being followed.
Hell, how'd you piece that together?
Well, it was on a page he had said had contained information of no consequence, but in fact, the information there was very pertinent indeed.
Then why would he say it was of no consequence? I don't understand. Is this the irony that I hear is fast poisoning your generation?
That's about like 100 years too early.
What lies beyond that door is only for fishermen.
What is it?
Fish.
Can I fish there?
Find Tom, then you'll get your fish.
Alright. I guess we gotta go hunt Tom down. In the Gatorman Hamlet, I think. You see a plume of smoke rising from behind a nearby clump of trees and brush, and as you draw nearer, the sounds of ragged cackling and giggling can be heard. Ooh, can it be a cove and a real swamp witches? Sadly, no, but what you do find is possibly even weirder. A gang of scraggly looking swamp hillbilly vampires tending a ratty old still.
Oh, hi. You fellas cooking up a batch of corn? No? Rats. Ew. Of course, now you're here, a whole other recipe comes to mind. Huh? What kind of talking?
The vampires collapse to the ground, clutching the side of their heads and moaning in pain.
Dang it! Dang, this is worse than the time we tried making whiskey out of toads. Ew. You never licked a toad? It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Licking a toad. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. The guards stop in their track and start sniffing around suspiciously. They're almost certain to notice you if you get in closer. Staying put isn't an option here. Which way do you want to go and how? Hold on, I want to examine that thing. Another one of those Gatorman campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way? The campsite is similar to the previous ones. A lot of Gatorman tracks, a lot of discarded trash. These Gatormen sure are slobs. You also find a 15/16 combination wrench labeled CW. Looks like you're on the right track at least. Charles's other wrench. Why is the text like that? Why is the text so blue? Holy shit. Please let me out. The handle on this fridge is busted. This is gonna be a headache come lunchtime. No dice, no door opening either. Whoever smashed in the handle wanted to keep you out or keep something in. A magical talking sandwich, maybe. With great effort, you force open the door. Released from his refrigerated cage, a cold man squirms out into the mud, gasping for air.
Ah, my god, you're my savior. One more day trapped in there and I would have succumbed to completely despair. Who are you? I'm Fabian, an illustrator of natural sciences. Arid steppes, glittering bergs of ice, but lately my interests have taken me to these damp lands. I'm in my soggy period.
That's gross.
How did you get in there? I was traveling through the swamp to sketch some native cypress, only to be caught in the net by those Gatoress men. At first they allowed me to roam within the confines of this camp, but when I shouted for help at a passing truck, I was put in this refrigerator. What truck? Oh, it hurtled through the camp like a bass out of hell. It was a boy and the girl at the wheel, and I called out, "Stop, I'm a prisoner, take me with you." But they drove on. What makes a person do that? Where was the truck headed? North of here, I'm sure of it. North, huh? And since that driver at large on Bass and Sons was confident that the truck could only make it 11 miles at most, if you subtract the 11 from the distance between this camp and the fishery... Seized with deductive euphoria, you do some quick calculations, which in your haste came out very wrong. You do them again, not rushing it this time, and produce a promising lead. Have you come across my friend down here, Charles Wallace? Charles? No, I would remember meeting someone with such an unusual name.
That's not an unusual name.
Do you know of a creature called Occam's Gator? Occam's Gator? Supposedly a large gator with two tails who breathes smoke from its nostrils? Oh yes, I think you're describing my mother-in-law. Okay, so you don't know. No, and I apologize, I shouldn't have said that. Melanie has always been kind to me. Okay. Every weekend she bakes me a ball of nougat. I apologize, Melanie. If you want to leave, the way out is more or less clear. I do want to leave. That is a good guess. If we ever meet again, it would honor me to paint your portrait. I am an artist, as you know. I cannot paint you right away, as I'm in my soggy period. But if I conclude that work, or if you become soggy, well, who knows? Am I not soggy enough? Not for academia, no. I hope we meet.
Oh wait, can I not talk to him again? Wait, let me talk to you. I wanted to put on the tricorn hat. Aw, dang it, I didn't realize that was a one-off thing. I can never ever talk to him ever again. What a shame. A safe hanging in an unsafe manner from the ceiling. It's got a combination lock on it and you don't know this thing. A sleeping Gatorman, unless he's lying about being asleep. Do not let him lie. I'm just gonna search the gator. I don't need to drown him. You reach into the water and carefully grope the gatorman's pockets. At least you hope those are pockets. You find a scrap of paper. The 3 numbers are too repulsive to even display here. There we go. We stole his meat. We could technically drown him, but I don't see any reason I would do that. I don't see what I would gain out of it. A dangling rusty meat hook is tasty. Okay. I'm gonna have to fight these guys because I can't explore this camp. I can't explore the camp if I don't get rid of these guys. Oh yeah, I forgot. One thing about Gatormen is that they have a ton of HP. They're very buff. Turns out those Gatormen should have been avoiding you. Gatorman skin pants. Not to be confused with Gatorman skin pants. These are pants made of skin and worn by a Gatorman. You're not sure what kind of skin they're made out of. We also got Gator cheese. You're not gonna choose to interrogate the biological means by which this stuff is produced. Ooh, swamp eel headband. Somebody ate all the good parts of the swamp eel and just left it conveniently hat band shaped skin. No way. Gatormen sound like they would be strong as hell. This must be the second shift. Luckily, they're all facing the other way. I still have to fight them to proceed, though. I can't not fight them, unfortunately. You dispatched the guard gators and you got your path forward. Gatormen are remarkably good at building fires in a couple of inches of swamp water. A forge, presumably for hammering on terrible gator metals. A rack of horrible looking weapons. We got a frog and fork. Ooh. Gatorman sorcerers use these to gig frogs at a distance. If you don't know how to gig a frog, don't look it up. A new mysticality weapon. It does physical damage, but I'll try it out. A terrible rusty metal fridge dangles from the ceiling of this terrible rusty metal hovel. Weird. None of the stuff is even perishable. Dried swamp meat and swamp mushroom. This Gatorman seems less aggressive than is typical for these guys.
Hi there. Read humans, not eat, read. Thanks, I appreciate that. You seem a bit more relaxed than the rest of the gator folk. Yes, everyone crazy, don't know reason. Not belong, leave swamp. Where will you go? Dunno, wander. Oh, like a hobo? Hobo? What that? Basically, someone who travels from place to place because they're looking for work, or just because they don't have anywhere specific to be. Yes, hobo gator. First, I will need weapon, defend self. You know any hobo code you could teach me? Hobo code? What that? Oh, right, you wouldn't know any yet. It's like a little symbol that hobos use to leave messages for other hobos. Here, I can show you some of the basic ones.
You teach them the symbols for safe camp, cops here, and the increasingly rare and exciting pie on the windowsill. I think the weapon to give him needs to be really strong. We gotta give him a weapon that's strong enough. Let's equip this gator stick and sharpen stone. I think a sharpened gator stick should do the trick. Where's my sharpened gator stick? Sharpened gator stick.
How about the sharpened gator stick?
Yes, good, weapon strong, safe now. Thank human.
No problem. You know, there's a bunch of hobos collecting in the camp outside of Ocean City. They're pretty accepting people. I don't think they'd mind you joining. Plus, it'd be handy to have some muscle around the place.
Sound good, I'd go.
He waves goodbye and stomps out the door. This seems to be where the Gatormen store all their terrible filth. This is apparently where the Gatormen keep their billions upon billions of swarming bugs. That is a lot of bugs. Time for cheese. A weapon with power 6 or greater. That's funny because I did modify my I did modify the stick and he still accepted it. You reduce the number of bugs in this terrible building to, let's say, 361. I like how we can just fight a bunch of bugs. Oh, the damage modifier. I see. Makes sense. Wait, why does the spider and the... I just noticed the spider and this flies, their HP bars go the opposite way. That is so weird. I got an item, cold water bug egg. It's a potion. Yeah, why do this... What is going on? Why are some of the bugs... Why do some of the bugs have... Some of the enemies have backwards HP bars. What the hell is going on? That's so weird. Okay, that's enough bug farming. Let's get the last shadow book upgrade, just because there's an achievement tied to it. The shadow's protection. The shadow wraps itself around you. You are safe. Shadow is your bulwark. We have learned everything we can possibly learn from the shadow book. We also lost 1 max AP, which is kind of a shame, but we have pretty good stats now, though. You've learned... I'll just upgrade Parmesan Missile. Wow, the soldier who wrote these notes was a real masochist. If these techniques aren't against the Geneva Conventions, they'll certainly be within a year or two. Parmesan Missile has been upgraded. You discard the book in disgust. Dude. Yeah, no, I just wanted to get all the shadow stuff because the achievement. As you pick your way through the muck of the swamp, you encounter one of the newfangled diagonal half boxcars. Wait a minute, there's no such thing as a diagonal half boxcar. That's just a regular boxcar half sunk into the swamp. I'll go later. Amphibious truck? There's nothing amphibious about this truck. This black smoke billows from the cowl. The engine is cooked. Eat the engine. You can't eat something just because it's cooked. Eat the engine. It's far too large to eat. Eat the engine. It's just not possible to eat an engine. Eat the engine. It would kill you to even try. Eat the engine. Skirting yourself against the overbearing heat, you wrench open the cowl and peer through the smoke, only to find that someone has beaten you to it. The engine has already been eaten. Next chance I get, I'm eating an engine. Sure. The cab door hangs limply from its hinges. The truck has been abandoned for some time. There's nobody inside unless they're very small and hiding. Are they small and hiding? No. Search under the seat. A newspaper left on the passenger seat is open to the classified page. Circled are advertisements for Mr. Rat's hotels for working women and the docks. Take the papers. You don't need it, it's yesterday's news. The gas tank is located underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's center of gravity. This gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. You also notice a tiny glint of metal. A key. We got the small, large mouse bath and key. The whole truck business sure feels like much ado about nothing. Addo is a weird word. Addle. Addle's a good singer. Her voice is really good.
Parker, if I know one thing about plants, is that you shouldn't eat the ones with shiny purple leaves.
Barker ejects a large stringy wad of wet goop, mostly purple, but with blotches of other colors as well. It steams gently in the wet swamp mud.
See, what did I tell you?
You poke through the fizzing sludge, picking out some potentially useful samples of slime and gunk. Now to find some clean water to wash your hands with. And don't believe everything you read about largemouth bass and sons. The door is locked. I can go through now though. The key fits snugly in the lock. So snugly you can't get it out in fact, but it does its job nonetheless. The austere bedding testifies to the Tracy family's rigorous asceticism. One must purge body and mind of all comfort and distractions to achieve the hyper-focus of a bass fisherman. Secret candies? A bass fisherman should not be vulnerable to such temptations! We got spearmint taffy and licorice taffy. Times are tough at Largemouth Bass & Sons. The pillows are on short supplies. The Spartan mattresses hold no secrets. We got 16 teeth. Tooth Fairy skipped this swamp for a while, huh? New mouth starter kit. God, that's so gross. A navy blue slicker is the sole resident of the coat rack. Fierce rummaging yields a letter in the right pocket. The envelope appears unopened. We got Kathy's letter. Largemouth Bass's eyes peek through the slats in the locker. That's creepy. A letter from Kathy Tracy addressed only to Dad. The post office will never be able to deliver that. You need twice that from full mouth. It's a starter mouth. The envelope isn't sealed. You slide it open with ease. Dad, all anyone cares about in this family is largemouth bass. Well, I'm sick of it. Ain't I a person? Ain't I deserving of being cared about too? I'm leaving, Dad, for a place where dreams are possible. You ain't never gonna find me because you don't know where that is. Love, Kathy. P.S. Hi to Mom. You're not supposed to be in this room. It's better if Adam doesn't see you leaving through this door. Better for whom? Nah, I'm going out.
Hold on a moment. How'd you get in that room?
Yeah, the kids eloped.
Cursed key.
Cursed key? Well, give it a rest, alright? You're too young to be playing around with that sort of thing, I'm sure.
I love my cursed key.
This jerk.
I don't even have the curse key yet. Honestly, Chapman and Tracy do seem very divorced. They seem super divorced.
Don't you have the wrong building?
Can I marry into your family?
No, I'm afraid we're all spoken for. Nothing personal. It's just that in the largemouth bass business, marriages are arranged from a very young age. It's political. You understand.
Adam Tracy pores over the letter, his brow sinking deeper into the furrows with each line.
Ain't I? My friend, these are the vulgar contractions of the Occam's gator. I didn't give Kathy a copy of Jane Eyre to have her contract in properly. No, this letter's an obvious ruse, friend. Occam's clumsy attempts to overthrow to throw us off his scent.
Face it, Tiger, your daughter ran away from home.
I've yet to see any evidence of that.
I found these teeth under a pillow.
Yes, those are mine.
You believe in the tooth fairy?
No.
I found the company truck.
Truck? Are you trying to say Tracy? Kathy Tracy?
Yes.
It's a common mistake. Have you found her then?
Still working on it.
Every moment here we stand around saying truck, Kathy slips further away.
It's looking more and more like Kathy ran away from home.
Even if that's true, it doesn't matter. You find her, you bring her back, you hear? That young woman has a responsibility to larger on Bassett's sons.
You're an ass, Gramps.
I found the truck.
Really? Where? Is she alright? Does she need anything?
She's out of gas and something ate the engine.
Rats, I don't know where I'll find a new engine, and I really need that truck back. I left an egg sandwich in the passenger seat. I'm afraid by now the egg will have hatched.
Take it easy.
You too.
I found the company truck.
You're meant to be finding the company's son, Tom Chapman.
The truck is the key to finding the son.
It is. Then where's Tom?
Let me get back to you on that.
Take it from me and take it from an old bassery boner. Try and do too much at once and your fish end up looking like a porcupine.
Okay, he says the same line. Distinct among the interminable muck, your shoes crunch on a crisp sheet of paper. It's a note. I'll be waiting for you, it reads, in our special place, the swamp, with your favorite cucumber and grapes, see. The cursed compass stirs into action. The needle gestures in the west northerly direction. C, whoever she is, has been waiting alright. You find her in repose on the shore of a shallow pool of swamp water. She's been waiting for some time, and going by the fact that she is now a skeleton, and going by what's happening to the cucumbers and grapes. Got shadow pickle and shadow wine. Oh hey, there they are.
Hold on, are you Tom and Kathy? Tom, Tracy, and Kathy Chapman?
The boy snorts as if this configuration of names is the most ludicrous thing he's ever heard.
Who wants to know? I've been looking literally everywhere for you. Really? A lot of times when folks say literally, they're not using it right. When people say it's literally raining on my wedding day, they're not talking about actual rain. They're not? No. What are they talking about then? Garbage. They mean trash because it's being pelted at them on their wedding day. But they say it's raining on my wedding day. It's literally raining on my wedding day, yeah. What do you say if there's garbage and it's not your wedding day? I don't know, I'm not an encyclopedia. Hope that answers all your questions. We're on the next bus out. Your folks back home thinks you were kidnapped or eaten. That's so utterly typical. They can't even conceive that someone might not want to live the same small, little, large bass life that they do. It's not even a life. Not for us, it's not. That's the kind of life we want to live. It's only possible in the city. What kind of life is that? We're gonna start a business making wigs for judges. Is that a job? Is she? Are you? I don't think judges wear wigs in this country. It's gonna be an international company. That's where the money is, if you know anything about business. I need to take you back to your parents. Hell to that. You need us to take us back like a bass needs bones. We're not going back, pal. Not ever. Large Bass and Sons is a trap. All we can ever do there is repeat the same old toxic patterns our fathers did, like our grandfathers did. Debone the fish, rebone the fish, debone the fish. What's the point? It's a mindless life, and it's never gonna change. No, pal, not for us. Better to die in poverty than to live a larger bass deboner or reboner. Unfortunately, I was hired to bring you home. Listen, friend, we're not going back. There's nothing and nobody that can make us.
However, I gotta get that fish. I gotta take them back so I can get that fish. You've been rude.
Let's not do this the hard way.
Oh, look who it is.
No, Occam Skater, you have no power here. Occam Skater? That's a real guy? Occam Skater is why, he's the bane of our lives, our family's lives. He has haunted us, tortured us before I was even born. Can he be reasoned with? Bach! Did you say Bach? Miserable Bach! We will be miserable if we go back.
The gator sneers. To your surprise, the beast apparently has no intention of killing or eating the children, but means to return them home to Large Bass and Sons. But why? Why would it care?
You want them to be miserable?
Oh yes, miserable back.
I don't know what Occam Skater wants except our whole family to be miserable. I don't know why else he torments us. What's your problem?
Misery.
You just want to cause misery.
Bass misery.
To Large Bass and Sons specifically? Why exactly?
God.
What? God?
Misery God.
You have a god that wants to cause misery to Large Bass and Sons?
Amen.
What religion is this? Where do I sign up?
Occam Skater.
Okay, I actually wanna... I'm gonna let him take him back, because I wanna... I've never been able to fish at Chapman's place before, and I wanna fish at his place. So you know what? You wanna take them...
You want to take them back? Be my guest. Come on now, you can't leave us to the mercy of this mutant. She was gonna try and take us back anyways, remember? Go ahead, take them. I assume I get paid either way. You know, they call Occam Skater a monster, but you're literally just as big of a monster as he is.
A slow smile creep across Occam Skater's face and keeps on growing until it's made a complete ring around his head. He whisks the children up in his claws and, carrying them under his armpits like two floppy baguettes, stomps away into the depths of the forest. Swamp, I mean. All's well that ends well. I like how Occam Skater's a real guy. You can see Kathy and Tom in the background now. Kathy's actually pretty cute.
How are the fish today?
Frighteningly large, thank you for asking.
I see Tom and Kathy are home.
Yes, I can see. They look thrilled.
What's this about a guard got eaten by Occam's Gator?
Sylvester didn't get eaten by anybody. I told him to say that because it was the only excuse to keep the bosses would accept for a 2-hour lunch break.
What can you tell me about largest mouth bat Luke?
I've seen him, you know.
Yeah?
He's not dead like they say.
How long can largemouth bass live?
Normally only 20 years or so, but largest mouth Luke is a special fish. Maybe someday I'll see him again. The guard sighs and you get the sense you shouldn't pry any further.
Occam Skater is real. I saw him.
Oh, not another one. Let me check your forehead. You've been hanging around here a lot. I'm worried you might have come down with bass madness.
It would be funny. Oh god, that would have been funny if we can regurgitate the engine.
Would you have the bass madness since you've been here all the time?
I have bass fever. That's different. Bass fever is an enthusiasm for largemouth bass, and it also means I'm immune to bass madness.
Maybe I have bass fever.
I can tell that you don't. To be honest, I'm not sure you care about fish at all.
What makes you say that?
Just your face.
My face is literally a fish. What are you talking about? I'm literally a fish. Well, let's talk to Tom Chapman, dude. Guy Chapman has a telltale yellowed nails of a fish reboner.
Ahoy, wonderful news. Tom is home. I trust I have you to thank.
More or less.
Now, I'm a man of my word, and that word is, here is the reward I promised you. I really can't thank you enough for bringing my son back home. Now that he is, I think you can probably get off our property.
How are things with Tom home?
Better than ever. The bass have never had more bones.
Occam Skater is real. I saw him.
In the shower? Yes? No? Ah, this is probably just mostly where I see him.
Why? As you approach, the cat rises from his slumber and gives you a quick pat on the shoe.
What's that for?
The cat just chuckles. You know, she seems to say.
What's your name, girl?
The cat points to its collar, Charybdis.
Oh, didn't need to ask, I guess.
Yeah, I'll keep my current boon. Can I fish? Oh my god, I'm actually here. This is the first time. A largemouth bass flings themselves from the water with acrobatic ease. Whoa, no sooner has your hook breached the water than you feel upon it a pull. A strong tug that sends reverberations all the way up the line and through your bones. This bass is ready. It is ready for you.
Now, bring your face closer, young one, and let me have a sight of you. Okay, here's my face. Is it close enough?
The fish's scales brush your nose.
As I pictured, it is as I pictured. Lydia, you are as in my vision that stirred me from my slumber death. I am largest mouthed Luke, Lydia, and I am to the affairs of this world return as one last time. What vision is this? Why, the shadow widens his jaw, which intend to devour the world entire, Lydia. But perhaps for you, and if I may, You? What do you mean? I am old, Lydia. My bones have withstood the rise and falls of empires. I will have loved 100 hearts and watched them each expire, and with all the while my scales have scarcely lost their luster. There's little left of me now, Lydia, but when you have need of me, I should be at your call.
The fish beckons you closer.
The road ahead is dark, Lydia, and there's much to do.
He kisses you behind your ear.
I shall be your champion.
Largest mouthed Luke drops back into the water, and you're conscious of something in your pocket that was not there before. The conch shell. Largest mouthed Luke gave you the shell and the promise that when you have need of him, he will answer. We can now summon him once per fight.
Until we meet again, Luke.
You gaze fondly on the sacred waters whence largest mouthed Luke was spraying. You also contemplate how spraying doesn't even sound like a real word if you think about it too hard. You probably shouldn't bother Luke.
Oh, you're back again. I haven't had any more missing children if you're sniffing around for a gig.
Yeah, no, why did they make largest mouth Luke so sensual? Like, he kisses you on the back of your ear. Like, what the hell was that? Why was that fish so sensual?
I met largest mouth Luke.
He gasps.
Then, you were the one. The one? The one from the ballad. And in time shall come one who meets largest mouth Luke. I've never heard that song. How does the rest of it go? That's the entire song.
The shoujo manga oh my god, it really is a shoujo manga thing, isn't it? A mysterious hot prince comes out of nowhere and dubs you the one. The shoujo mangas.
We're all bringing it a little easier tonight. Kathy Tracy's home. I'm glad now I never got around to telling her her mother was missing. You're welcome. Only I can't help but think that she would have returned a lot sooner if you hadn't been running around on the heels of that ape Chapman. Huh? Ape. He's an ape. Tom Chapman. Can't spell Chapman without ape is what I often say. You must be happy to have Kathy home. Oh yes, let me in on you in a secret. I'm thinking of rebranding as Largest Mouth Bass and Sons and Daughter. Rolls off the tongue, don't you think? And that would be appropriate given how it's how we slide the fish's bones out. Octum Skater is real. Yeah, I know.
With the sensual kiss, except he's a fish. He's literally just a straight up fish. I can't imagine a kiss from a fish to feel very good. Have you ever touched a fish's mouth? It's very stiff. It is very stiff. You briefly lose track of where you're going because of all these big wet trees that all look the same. You stumble across a ramshackle dwelling bearing the unmistakable aroma of illicit distillation. Yeah, it's pretty much all bone. They have no lips. The Moonshiner's Cave. Or house, shack rather. This rotten stump is crawling with worms, and the worms are crawling within it. It's a ramshackle cabin, or a ram cabin shack. Whoever was here must have left in a hurry. There's still a poker game in progress. You draw the cards until you beat all the hands that were left on the table, then you collect their winnings. This pot has been demoted from soup to chamber. Bleh. There's a spare car tire leaning on against the wall here. The tread patterns on this tire identifies as a Lincoln, which sounds like an impressive piece of deduction, but honestly the top hat and the beard were a dead giveaway. What the fuck does that mean? A rusty old fire-powered still. You're pretty sure these aren't meant to be operated indoors. It's full of ashes, but they're cold. Seems like nobody's been here for a while. Soggy bedrolls. There's a chaotic mess of animal tracks leading in all directions. You identify several set of tracks leading away from the cabin. Hey, one of the ones matched the the tread patterns of that spare tire you found. Duck tracks. You follow the duck track, which leads you to a lengthy sequence of locations that are of zero interest to non-ducks. Horse tracks. You follow the horse tracks to some water, but you don't drink it. I mean, why would you? It's nasty swamp water. Cow tracks. You follow the cow prints to a big hole in the ground next to which lies a pair of shoes with fake cow hooves nailed into the soles. Huh. We got cow shoes. Hold on. I want to wear the cow shoes. Oh, I actually leave cow tracks now. That's funny. Let's see, human footprints. They lead to, let's call it an improvised latrine a few yards away from the cabin. You decline to investigate further. Follow the cat tracks. You follow the cat tracks, but after a few minutes they lead up a tree you're not willing to climb. I guess if I'm being honest, it's really a tree you're not capable of climbing. I was just trying to preserve your dignity. Badger tracks. You start following the badger tracks, but after a few minutes you realize that this course of action might culminate you in encountering an actual badger, so you change your mind. Terrifying animals, just absolutely the worst. Tire tracks. You follow the tire tracks until you lose track of them in the water near a partially submerged cave. Another one of those Gatorman campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way? It's another Gatorman camp, alright, and there's 4 more wrenches here. A 31 32 a 31 32nd one, a 63 64th one, and the 127th 128th one, and the 255 256th one. Charles must have carried one heck of a toolbox. The wrenches are laid out in the shape of an arrow pointing towards a nearby hill. From the top of the hill, you can see some sort of fort in the distance, apparently hammered together out of rusty scrap metal. That's gotta be where the Gatorman took him. You grab all the wrenches and combine them with the other ones he dropped to complete the set. We got Charles's wrench set. No fishing. This must be referring to the deeper water that's way over this way. Let's disobey the sign. We got a grody barf trout. Dirty sandfish. Oh, I got a shadow salad. Shadow pickle. This Ford truck has been fitted with Lincoln tires. That's a little ominous. A couple of shady looking characters furtively skulking in this cave.
Hi? Hi. Hello. Who are you guys? We're the Schlitz brothers. I'm Clem and... Shut up, Clem. She might be a pro-he. Oh, I ain't Clem. And I ain't Jarvis. Relax, guys. I'm not a prohibition agent. I'm just passing through. My name is Lydia. Phew, that's a relief. Sure is. Good to meet you, Lydia. What are you two doing in this weird cave? Got ourselves in the right predicament, is what we've done. What happened? Well, me and Jarvis have been brewing up homemade hooch to sell. Been stashing it in the back of this cave here. But we got wind that the Prohees was on our trail, so we figured we better cheese it. Pull the old 26-3 skidoo, you know? Come back to find a pack of them mean lizard varmints got in the hooch and they won't give it back. We were just thinking we'd take the loss and blow, but we got hit another snag.
Oh god, my poor throat.
What kind of snag? I went and locked the keys in the truck. Still don't know why you do such a fool thing like that for. I told ya, it ain't like I did it on purpose or nothing. I'll see if I feel like doing anything. Ah, thank you for the Slurpee theme, Vivalicious. I do love me some Fanta. Yeah, but it's locked alright. You can probably just jimmy the door open if you have a coat hanger. And I do in fact. You got the car unlocked, but your coat hanger gets ruined in the process. Shucks. Oh yeah, you're right, there's a shiny here. Maybe I'll have to get a pickaxe. These Gatormen have gone into the Schlitz brothers' stash of hooch. They're popping off the bottle caps with their teeth, guzzling down the contents, and just generally having too much of a good time to notice you. They growl at you menacingly, plainly too salty to just jump up and attack you. On the other hand, if you get near their booze, that could change in an instant. What would happen if I used the Curse Fedora?
The Gatormen sort of squint at you and then continue drinking. They don't seem impressed. Maybe try again?
Heard you, get lost.
They're immune to the shadow hat.
Say, are you guys just drinking that stuff straight?
Drink booze, so?
Well, cocktail crafting isn't my specific wheelhouse, but I know a couple of recipes. I could mix you up some drinks that would go down smoother than this pure ethanol you're drinking right now.
Tastes good. Yes, makes drinks.
Great. I think I have some ingredients here for one I like to call Mickey Finn that I'm sure you'll enjoy.
A dash of bitters, a splash of orange juice, and a light dusting of soporific toadstool spores. Later, the Gatormen are snoring loudly on the floor. Just like a gift horse, don't look a drunken gator in the mouth. Their teeth are creepy. Probably best to let this gator sleep it off. Wow, he's really out. Is Clem and Jarvis's hooch? What's left of it. You grab a case in case you're heading back anyway. Jarvis and Clem can haul the rest themselves. Jarvis nods kindly at you, but Clem is clearly fretting about their truck.
I unlocked your truck for you. Oh, dang, that's a load off my mind. Thanks, pal.
I'm driving this time.
Yeah, that's fair. I dealt with the gators. You can get your hooch, at least what's left of it.
You hand over the case you picked up.
Oh, heck, that's great news. Thanks, miss. We'll get the load in the truck in a jiffy.
Looks like you guys are good to go now.
It sure does. Thanks a million, miss. You really saved our bacon.
And how?
We ain't got much to offer you by the way of rewards, but feel free to grab a crate of hooch as a thank you.
We got whiskey.
Thanks.
They quickly load the rest of their hooch onto the back of the truck and drive away. Unfortunately, you forgot to pay attention to how they got the truck through the weird tree hole. I want to get in a fight. You hear a commotion, or perhaps a tussle, or a good old-fashioned ruckus nearby. Investigating, you find out that several vampires have a Gatorman pinned to the ground, and they appear to be trying to vampirize him.
Hold still, will ya? His neck is all scaly and tough. Did someone else bring a drill or a can opener or something? Hey, leave that Gatorman alone. I won't stand for you vampires going around inflicting your undeadness or disease or whatever it is upon innocent people. I think it's a disease. We aren't undeads. Not like a zombie or skeleton anyways. The last necromancer was killed decades ago. That was in west of Loathing. Hey, stop that. Yeah, don't talk with your mouth full. I mean, stop biting that guy.
My business.
He volunteered. Anyways, I'm finished. What? Really?
Rah, drink blood, power big.
The Gatorman stands up with a terrifying red glow in his eyes.
Drink blood, kill busybody.
Ah, jeez.
Turned Gatorman. It's kind of funny imagining a vampiric Gatorman. Hold on, I want to see largemouth bass Luke booze. Where do I summon him? How? Oh, it's an accessory? Oh, I thought it was an item. Oh, well, I'll just blow these guys up then. Alright, I have less AP now. You won! You could make a suitcase out of that Gatorman skin, and you can have a suitcase that catches fire in the daytime to go with your one that catches fire at night. Hollow gator tooth. Bloodshine? Holy shit. Oh, it is an accessory. Oh. Well, I haven't really been using the cursed pocket watch, so I might as well switch to the conch shell. A burly hunter trudging through the mud gives a holler. As he nears, you see he's toting a shotgun under one arm and carrying a pile of gator hides over the shoulder.
What are you doing? Swamp's no place for a little lady. Gators will eat you alive. Take this. Get yourself a seat on the express out. Wow, that's not enough money for the bus? Fine, take it, but go.
Okay.
You turn a wrong turn, and instead of ending up where you wanted to be, you end up at Monster Shack. You know it's the Monster Shack because of the big sign that says Monster Shack. We'll check it out next time. A geyser of swamp gas erupts nearby with a loud sound in the brownish yellow cloud. I wasn't trying to describe the smell, I'm sure you can imagine it for yourself. A large swarm of stink bugs quickly arrive and start zooming around inside the gas cloud. It's unclear if they're attracted by the smell or if they're refilling their stink bags or what, but when that cloud dissipates, you're probably gonna have a lot of unwanted attention. I want to see largemouth booze? Largest mouth bass, Luke. Booze. What? That was it? He just attacks a guy and that's it. Thanks, man. Thanks, Luke. There we go. Oh, we got Stinky the Stink Bug. Alright, let's take a trip back to Ocean City. Can we talk to the Hobo Gator? Oh yeah, we have the cow shoes. We also have the Russian clogs. Hey, Gator Hobo, can we talk? Oh, we can talk!
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi, so you found the place.
Yes, thanks. Camp good, people nice.
Glad to hear it. By the way, my name's Lydia.
Hello, Lydia. Name like a man.
Have you lived in a new hobo canoe?
Yes, I share.
He teaches you some symbols mainly concerned with hunting and dentistry. Yeah, no, we can actually talk to this guy. It's funny because we can't talk to any of the other hobos. Agamemnon is the only hobo here we can actually talk to. Oh yeah, we need to use the Rufus gadget on the radios, I forgot. I believe Miss Brewster. Oh, Miss Brewster, it doesn't seem to be around. Now's your chance. It's an arcane oven. A low cupboard sits beneath the window. We got some mana-rich flour. The fridge hums contently. Nothing but bagged sandwiches with threatening notes attached to them. Best to leave them alone. The top drawer is tantalizingly cracked open. I want a fish in the sink. Oh, shadow beer! Whoa! We got a chunk of gristle. Nice, we got an old orange peel. Raid the top drawer. We got some junk. The radio plays agreeable music at a polite volume. You turn the radio to WGCR and hold Rufus's gadget up to it. The thing ticks a few times and the little needle on it goes up to 2. So we just gotta get up to 11. Wait, why do I have no off? Wait, where did my shell go? What? Wait, where did my shell go? My conch disappeared. Wait, what? Was I only able to use that once? Oh, wait, what? I used it in a fight once. I didn't think it was one single use only. Luke did like one attack that did no damage and then he just fucked off forever. What? I didn't think that was a one-time use only item. I guess Luke is just gone forever. What the fuck was that? That's so funny. That's gotta be a gag. Like they must have done that whole setup just for you to have a one-off item that does like nothing, just as like a gag. That has to be just a gag. Ah, new newspaper. Died. Largest mouthed Luke, bass fish. Large. Okay. Wait, hold on. Does Kamisekuara leaves a truly a shoujo love interest? Yeah, he's like the guy from Sailor Moon. In the gloomy grove of sunken cypress trees, a well-muscled woman stands waist deep in the opaque bog. Her hands rest upon the pommel of a sword, its blade lodged in the muck. It catches your eye because it's not the sort of thing you tend to see on the East Coast.
What sword is that? This is the blade of your great aunt. Many moons ago it was entrusted to my family for safekeeping. Now it is yours to reclaim for a cost. Why do I have to pay for my family's sword? The security guaranteed by my family is unique and comes at a great price. Your great aunt knew this. It is why she placed the blade in my care.
Wait, hold on. I do not have, since I cannot use the uncursing machine, I cannot get rid of the swamp gas that this lady inflicts upon me. So I'm not going to accept this because I don't have a way to remove her curse. Creon is an S-tier family.
No thanks, I'm good for swords.
She scowls and descends with the sword in the swamp. Good, it's what I wanted, because I can't get rid of the curse she puts on you. I mean, I guess technically I can, but I don't want to wait until the next chapter to do it.
I'm afraid largest mouth Luke is dead.
Forgive me if I'm skeptical. Many have claimed that they were the ones to see largest mouth Luke die, from Thomas Paine to Catherine the Great to the bus driver. As they say, we'll see.
Oh, okay, so I guess largest mouth Luke really does just die after one single use. Oh my god, he literally is a shoujo. God, that is so funny. He just dies after a single use of doing nothing. That is hilarious. After all the trouble we go through to get him, he just fucking dies. Ah, Don T.
Hello and formal greeting on you. My name is Don Toblerone and I don't know how to speak Dutch. English. Dutch is nearly English. Endeavor to not be so culturally unsophisticated. It will impede your personal growth.
Anyways, your submarine booze is safe.
Bravo, you're certain to enjoyify it. It is our newest vintage. Your next assignment will be to renovate an elderly and formerly abandoned radiophonic transmission station.
Renovate it?
Renovate it so that it no longer contains any vampires. We are apprehensive of the possibility that they will use the equipment contained therein to drop eaves upon our privation of communications.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to wish that on anyone. But whatever, I know the place you mean. I already cleared out the vampires out of there.
A fortuitous revelation! Your expediency is really off the charts, so they say. Your payment shall be delivered to your bed-adjacent furniture forthwith.
You hear someone opening the window in your bedroom. You place the glowy orb thing on your knick-knack shelf. Consider the orb. We now have +1 mysticality. Lydia, the success of your swamp-derived mission performances has not gone unnoticed. The boss is duly impressified. Me. Radio. There we go. Radio tagged.
I found this case of whiskey.
Good deal. I'll add them to the menu right away.
I found this case of tequila.
Muchas gracias, muchacho.
I found this crate of bass oil.
I don't think people are gonna like this very much, but you're the boss.
Ooh. We were only relying on absinthe, but we can actually get whiskey and tequila now. I'll go with the tequila. With cola and an olive. God, I love the ability to just remix music in this game. It is so good. Also, holy shit, I just noticed it's really late here. I kind of lost track of time. So anyways, I should really get some sleep now. So thank you all for watching tonight. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Time passes quickly in this swamp. Night.